Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to continue the chapter Improvement in Food Resources. Today we are going to study regarding crop protection management. How the crops can be protected from various diseases and pests. So the crops in the fields are normally damaged by weeds, insect pests and diseases. What are weeds? Weeds are unwanted plants which grow in the field along with the crop plants. Example, xanthium, parthenium, are coming under this category. This type of weeds, so what do? They compete along with the crops for their food, for space, for sunlight. Because of that, the yield of the crops will be reduced because these weeds, they take away all the nutrients. So when they take away the nutrients, then the yield of the crops will be reduced as they are getting the less nutrient. And the insect pests, what do? They damage the plants, that is root, stem, leaves, otherwise they suck the cell sap, cell juice, they will suck up and they bore into the stems and fruits, and once again it reduces the crop yield. If the fruits, they are damaged by the pests, normally nobody will purchase that. So that's why the production will be decreased and the farmers, they won't be getting the benefit. And the diseases of the plants, they are caused by various pathogens, that is virus, bacteria, fungi. Like they also get varieties of diseases. So here because the insect pests, they reduce, when they are getting the disease, the yield will be reduced. When you are suffering from any disease, your work efficiency will be decreased. The same way, the plants are suffering from the disease, once again the yield of the crop will be reduced. So that's why we have to protect the plants from weeds, from insect pests and from various diseases. Weeds, insect pests and diseases can be controlled by using chemicals. For example, weeds, we can use weedicides. For pests, pesticides, and for diseases we can use fungicides or various pesticides, they can be used. So by means of this we can control these weeds, insects and the diseases. They are sprayed on the crop plants. When they spray on the crop plants, it can fall upon the seeds also, fall upon the soil also. Then because of that, the soil, it may become poisonous, it may become toxic. So it can result in soil pollution. When the seeds and other fruits, it has to be washed properly before taking the fruits or vegetables. If you don't wash properly, that all poisonous chemicals will enter inside your body and it may harm you also. So that's why always so we have to wash the fruits and vegetables before eating. So while spraying, the farmers also, they get infection. So of the pesticides or the fungicides or whatever weedicides, whatever you spray, so it may fall upon the farmer also. The farmer also, they will get the negative effect. So that's why the usage, it has to be reduced. For that, nowadays we are going towards organic farming and all, reduction of use of pests and reduction of the use of pesticides. So how can be done? By using the pest resistant varieties. So that's why nowadays by means of biogenetic engineering and all, what do? We are producing the disease resistant varieties and we are using various biocontrol methods to reduce the pests and insects and all. The next, let us study regarding the storage of grains. The factors responsible for the damage and loss of grains, so they are bacteria, fungi, insects, rodents, sometimes rats and the squirrels and all. What do? They eat and damage the food grains. And abiotic factors are moisture, temperature. So when for example, if you are storing anything, grains, it has to be stored in bottle. So when the bottle is wet, in that you are storing the grains, dry grains and all. What will happen? The grains will it will be wasted. It may get fungal infection. So that longevity of that grain storage time, it will be reduced. So that's why for small bottle storing at home, if it is like that, if you are mass storing, if you are storing in large scale, what you have to do? It has to be carefully, it has to be done. The proper drying of the grains to be done, and also the moisture content, the temperature wherever you store, it has to be proper. and it has to be clean wherever you store the storage container. It has to be clean. Before storage, the grains are cleaned, dried in sunlight to remove the moisture, and the storage places are fumigated to kill the pests. It is cleaned. Okay. And next let us study regarding animal husbandry. Animal husbandry, it is the scientific management of animal stock. So here what do? We are feeding the animals properly, we are breeding them properly according to our need, and we are doing the disease control. Various animals that is cattle, sheep, goat, poultry, maybe the fish farming also can be done. In cattle farming, there are two main purposes we are growing the animals, either for milk or for labor. So milk animals, you call that as milk animals, and other one draught animals. So we are using them for labor. So milk production depends upon the duration of lactation period. So here the better milk yielding varieties of cows, it has been chosen and it is being grown, and the lactation period, the duration of milk yielding time, it has to be increased. The varieties which are showing better yielding time, it has been chosen and grown. So foreign breeds like Jersey, Brown, Swiss and all, they have long lactation period, and local breeds like Red Sindhi, Sahiwal, they are resistant to diseases. So when we are crossbreeding these two, the animal with more lactation period, long lactation period, along with disease resistant, we can combine both good qualities and we can get the better variety. Means the variety, the crossbreed, it will be showing more lactation period also and resistant to diseases also. Like that, better qualities can be produced by means of breeding method. And the cattle shelter, it has to be clean and well ventilated. And sloping floors, the waste of the animal, it has to go. Otherwise, when it is getting stagnated, so once again, the animal, it may be infected by means of various diseases and all. That's why it has to be cleaned properly, and the cow cattle shelter, it has to be like that, well ventilated and sloping for easy cleaning. And let cattle feed, what we use, the food for the cattle, there are two types are there. One is roughage, other is concentrates. Roughage, it includes mainly fiber, and concentrate, it includes proteins and other nutrients. So like animals also, they need various nutrients. It is provided by means of concentrates. So when we don't give proper this concentrate, then the yield, milk or meat, whatever you get from the animal, it may be reduced. So that's why, so the balanced diet, like what do you eat, the same way. So here also the animals, they need roughage and concentrate both. And the cattle diseases, it can be caused by parasites, bacteria or virus. It can be external parasite, it causes skin diseases, and internal parasites. And the worms, they can affect, they can reside inside the stomach and intestine, and they can damage the liver also. These flukes and all worms that reside inside, they may damage the liver also. So that's why animals, they have to be done proper vaccination. We have to give proper vaccination to protect from viral and bacterial diseases. So animals also just like you only. How do you suffer from various diseases? Same way the animals also, they can suffer from. So how we need well ventilated and clean place, same way for animals also we have to provide clean shelter, and apart from that, good food, that is roughage and concentrates, and proper vaccination to be done to prevent from diseases. When the animals are suffering from any disease, it has to be treated properly. The veterinary doctors are there, veterinary hospitals are there, that the animals can be treated. So if we take proper care of the animal, then the yield, whatever you get from the animal, will be more, whether it can be milk or it can be egg, whatever it is there. Okay children, so today we are concluding up to this, then we will meet in the next class. Thank you.